maybe a little greater, but he's like one of us. We can play with him. What Pujari would go on the altar and climb on the shoulders of the deity and say what Krishna loves to hear from his Gopa friends. What kind of big men are you? You and I are equal. And what do Gopas do? They play. And part of their play is wrestling, not like in this world, but a very loving kind of exchange. And sometimes Krishna wins the wrestling match, and sometimes he loses. And even when he loses, he doesn't necessarily accept that he could lose. He makes up excuses like, you left a banana peel and I slipped. So you didn't. And the Gopa says, what? Krishna, I defeated you with so much exertion. You can't accept defeat. I'm going to climb on your shoulders and make you carry me anyway. And Krishna relishes these exchanges. But that means by divine illusion, by Yoga Maya, he casts a spell of sweetness which eclipses his Aishwarya, his awe and majesty, in which we can exchange love with him as a friend. What to speak of parental love, as in the assistance of Mother Yashoda, to which Krishna becomes subordinate. What to speak of the gopis, to whose love Krishna becomes a puppet. Such concepts were inconceivable and unknown in the world. This morning in class, Gorshaki Prabhu, reading Srila Prabhupada's purport, quoting Prabodhananda Saraswati. Srila Prabhupada loved to quote because he could really condense the crystallized essence of Gaura Bhakti. The direction to praying, not in the spirit of Aishwarya, but in the sweetness of Braj. No one had previously known that that was attainable through the chanting of the holy name. The topmost summit of spiritual perfection, Sri Radha, who no one had ever truly known. And the honey-sweet nectar of the mellows of Vrindavan, which no one had ever heard. All these things and so much more, Lord Gauranga has bestowed as his gift to the world in this most rare, special, and blessed Kali Yuga, which is Kali Yuga in name only, because it's really an age of unprecedented goodness, a Shuddha Sattva age, an age of praying, which has a golden age, as predicted by Sri Krishna himself, to Ganga Devi, who approached him in Dwarka, seeing that the end of his Leela was imminent, and requesting his blessings that she go underground, as Saraswati had already done, just to avoid the horrors of the upcoming Kali Yuga. And Krishna said, no. In 5,000 years. He didn't say 4,500 years, which would have been the appearance time of Lord Gauranga. He said 5,000 years, which is the appearance of the Lord Srila Prabhupada. In 5,000 years, a great mantra upasaka will descend into this world, one who worships me in the sound of my holy name. That will mark the dawning of a golden age of praying to last for 10,000 years. So Ganga Devi was fearful that the living entities would so much pollute her waters for the sinful reactions they left behind when they bathed. And Krishna assured her that when this mantra upasaka travels throughout the world, he will bring devotees from all countries to Varsha. And when they bathe in your waters, they will counteract the sinful
remnants of those degraded souls who take advantage of your waters to relieve them of the effects of their degraded lifestyle. So I told them that you must stay for 5,000 years until the appearance of this mountain Varshana, who you know to be Srila Prabhupada, and the 10,000 year span of the Golden Age, which will follow these appears in this world. After that, he told Gauradev, you could go underground. After that, Govardhan and Jamuna will also begin to disappear from this world, and Kali Yuga will resume its full force. But it's not that the Golden Age is without its horrors or challenges, because Kali is not to let go so easily. Like a wolf who will not attack a herd of sheep so long as the lion is present. Kali waits inside the universe until the Golden Age concludes, and he will invade again with full force and salvation. And therefore Srila Prabhupada requested us to stay behind. If you read the horrors of Kali Yuga in the Srimad Bhagavatam, what's described in the 11th canto is repeated in the 12th. With a totally opposite conclusion. In the 12th canto, Varshana is describing to Maharaja the horrors of degradation characteristic of Kali Yuga, concluding with, despite such miseries, hardly anyone will take shelter in the holy name. Whereas in the 11th canto, the same horrors are described, with the conclusion was, in this age of Kali Yuga, there will be so many devotees everywhere. Why the contradiction between the conclusion of the Kali Yuga as described in the 11th and 12th canto? Because the 12th canto is describing the standard 999 out of 1,000 Kali Yugas in the day of Brahma. The 11th canto, Caravaggio Muni is explaining to Purnima the glories of Lord Gauranga and the golden age that ensues with his advent in this world. So watching from the heavens, Krishna's childhood play, the demigods, headed by the most intellectual of all, the very original speaker of the Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma, were watching in wonder as Krishna's childhood Leela unfolded in this world. Because Kamsa had usurped the throne of the Jadavas, because that is the eternal residence of Krishna in his Aishwarya feature in Mathura. Kamsa occupied that throne as the beginning of his campaign to terrorize and conquer the universe. And the demigods were aware of this. And they were watching. And due to the disturbance of the constant flow of demons arriving every day in Gokul, Nanda Maharaj left that kingdom, as did Vrishabhanu, departed from Rava, to cross the Jamuna and establish their temporary capital as Chatikar, which means half circle, ox carts. The ox carts formed the boundary walls of the new temporary village. which extended from the bank of Kalindi to the slopes of Govardhan. And the sweetness and beauty and charm of their new residence further eclipsed the Aishwarya of Krishna's majesty into the background by the increasing amazing Madhurya Leelas accompanying Krishna's play as an innocent child. And it wasn't long after Krishna was weaned from Mother Yashoda's breast milk and from crawling on the dust of Brajavuni that he graduated to stealing butter and playing his flute. And everyone asked him, Krishna, where did you learn to play such melodious songs on your flute that enchants the entire creation? He didn't want to admit at that time that Srimati Radharani was his guru. So he just smiled. And though Nanda Maharaj was the king of the cowherd community, who had thousands of big gopas to herd the cows and thousands of little gopas to herd the calves, he was forced to yield to the continuous demands of his mischievous son that I want to herd the calves. I don't need any training. I know how to do it very well, and where to take them, and how to please them. And if you protest, I will do it anyway. But Mother Yashoda was still a little apprehensive that there might be some of those demons sent by Kamsa into the forest surrounding their new residence. But Krishna insisted, don't interfere with my cherished desire and fun. Grant me permission to herd the calves into the forest, or else I will have to disregard your words and feelings and herd them anyway. So Mother Yashoda finally had to surrender, not to any logic or reason or explanations given by Krishna, but due to her love. So when he was herding the calves with Balaram, he noticed that there's one calf. He told Balaram, he tells you that one calf is looking at us like he's really angry. It's not one of our calves. Balaram said, hey, Gopal, you're right. Maybe it's a demon. So Krishna snuck up behind him, took him by the tail, rolled him around, and threw him like a toy. And being liberated by the touch of Krishna, that demon revealed his hideous, grotesque, immense Rakshasa monster form. And all the gopas went running back to their mothers, just out of breath, and told them that Krishna killed another demon today. And he just made it into a childhood game. And as had been the case in Gokul, this became a daily affair. And then